Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Limstein again, and in this video that's dedicated to the remembrance of all the 2,700 plus people that died during the 9/11 terrorist attacks, I will be talking about a movie that deals with the terror attacks in particular in New York City. I know that there was a successful attack in the Pentagon on that day, that will live in infamy. But right now, the more major one was in New York, and I do have a little bit of personal stakes in it because my family is from New York City, and with in particular concern with my Uncle Ben. Not Spider-Man Uncle Ben, but just Uncle Ben. And this movie is quite emotional for those who had, who knew people who perished in 9/11 attacks, and who were around ground zero when it happened. And it's quite traumatic for those people. So this movie, World Trade Center, although it's actually a pretty realistic depiction of what happened, and it's quite sad what happened. But they focus more on the actual buildings and the destruction and chaos and mayhem that happened because of the attacks. Not so much what happened in the plane itself, or the Pentagon, for example, or other like they're about. But yeah, this is a visceral feeling about what happened during that time. Now, I have gone to the museum for this, and every year I do watch the people list all the names of all those who perished on that day. So yeah, I do have a little bit of personal stakes in this. Also, for the same matter, I don't know if they're related or whatever, but I do know of a guy who I went to college with the same last name of Calavito, from one of the other officers that were depicted in this movie. So we start out by talking about 9/11. It was just a regular standard September day, and Sergeant John McLaughlin, played by Nicolas Cage, and Officer Will Pimeo, played by Michael Pena, were just doing their normal police stick in the Port Authority. One guy was helping out someone with directions, the other one was the basic thing that cops do during that time. And I know that Michael Pena has been known for his comedy and his silliness in the MCU movies, but in this one he does it back into the real serious role in this movie, to where at the role he was depicting a real person that survived the attacks underground under all the rubble. He did a great job when doing this. Also, for everything that Nicolas Cage does that's bombastic, over the top, silly, crazy, and his very funny reactions, like a couple movies come to mind, like the Wicker Man remake, and the Ghost Rider movies where Skull becomes on fire and he does the not the beats, in my eyes, and that kind of thing. He does a really good emotional job with this movie. Plays completely seriously, completely knocked out of the park in my mind. For all the people that say that, he can't get beyond doing goofy faces and whatnot. This movie is really, really good. He really comes out on top for this. And also, Michael Shannon, which it's in this movie, he played a retired Marine guy who rescues the two officers. And let me tell you, he's really awesome too. Because of what happened, and they had to have a lot of professional people come over. There were people over there from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, that from all over the country. There were people, there were officers, there were medical experts, there were firefighters, there were police officers, emergency workers that came to this event. Not really an event, but the man-made disaster to help out. So yeah, it it was this great unifier for the American people. Beyond the fact that we hate terrorists and stuff, it really did show the unification of the human spirit. So anyway, these two are officers in the NYPD, and they decide to at first they show the first plane hitting one of the towers, which for the most part got accurate. We, the public and the citizenry, we thought that it was like an accident, something happened with the plane, there was a malfunction in the navigation, there was a fuel shortage, there was something wrong with the mechanics of the plane, and that's why it crashed into the tower. It was a big deal, but we didn't know the scope of what happened. We didn't know that it would be a coordinated terrorist attack on our nation, especially in the heart of Manhattan. So, so it was like a big boom. It was like a big shadow, like almost like a monster movie. That you would hear like thump, when the monsters comes by, and that's what pretty much happened. But then when the second tower was struck, then we put two and two together to make it realize that this wasn't just an accident. It wasn't just a simple malfunction of the equipment. It was a coordinated, purposeful attack on America and Americans. And this movie was very accurate in that regard. So anyway, these two go into help out people. They brave people that went in to help out the common citizenry, and they order people around into safety and stuff. But then, right when they get in there, they end up one of the towers crashed down them, and right at the last possible moment, they actually show John McLaughlin showing to the other guy to go into the elevator shafts on the concourse level. That being because it's the most stable and safest and strongest part of the building. So if anything would happen, they would be the safest in that one hole, in that one little nook and cranny of the building, which they were for the most part. And I like the way they didn't shy away from the more gruesome aspect of the tragedy, being that there were people trapped above where the airplane struck, and the people knew that it was hopeless to survive, and that the elevator shafts were cut off at that point above above where the airplane struck. So what they did was they figured, I'd rather go out on my own terms, and I might as well go out in a more less painful way, if you will, because burning alive and or getting smoke inhalation probably doesn't sound too pleasant. So to try to save themselves from all that, they just jumped out the window, and they were not able to recover from a 60+ story high fall, unfortunately. So you see all the people jumping out the building with all the paperwork and debris falling out from that. We were very, very sad, and it was very, very disturbing to see all the white and gray debris and powder everywhere from all the insulation and debris and stuff like that coming from the towers. So that was really chilling to see that all over again 20+ years later. This movie is not for the faint of heart. Unfortunately, it's not like it's not like an easy movie to get through, especially for someone that lived in New York City State at the time. And there were so many questions about loved ones and so much. I can only imagine what it'd be like for the people that actually live nearby there and who had family members who worked in the towers or nearby the towers. There was so much chaos and so much mayhem about it that I don't think anyone could sit with this horrific movie and see it from a more personalized angle as these two portrayed. So anyway, when the towers came down, it was pure bedlam, pure unadulterated chaos, mayhem, and everyone was over there sitting in front of the TV sets like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that. Everyone there was like that. Rich, poor, black, white, Asian, Latino. It was all very unification, a very unifying moment that that no one will ever forget. I will always remember where I was during that event. I was in my art class in high school. And I really, really, really about all that. So, it was very traumatic to see all that happen to all the innocent people. And unfortunately, many of them didn't survive. In the end of the movie, it said that only 20 of them were rescued from the rubble. And these two were only, number 18 and 19, respectively. So, yeah. So anyway, the towers come down, and you see all this rubble and stuff. It actually reminded me a little bit of what happened during the ride Earthquake, but on a much more serious scale, because that's just a ride, that's just fiction, that's playing around. But yet, they were very when everything's crashing down, you see all the rubble and all that stuff coming down, and it was horrible, very disturbing. And what happened next was that Michael Pena and Nicolas Cage were sandwiched in the debris underneath, I don't know, 100 feet worth of rubble and steel, concrete, and all that. And among other things too, I'm sure. And even though I'm sure that those sets were like a foam, rubber, lightweight materials, you could really see the pain of those two, and they were trying to struggle to get out of it. And the way they were sandwiched in there, they couldn't possibly move like in real life. And they were trapped down like 30, 40, 50 feet down. And you see them all like, you see Michael Pena was pinned up, so you could look up in the sky and see like flames, which would terrify the shit out of me. It was very claustrophobic. And I'm certain in real life that was probably horrific. Seeing flames and explosions and debris there, and you couldn't escape it. It was like, if something goes wrong, you're dead. You're completely dead. And what's his name? Nicolas Cage playing John McLaughlin. He was he was pinned to worse than Michael Pena's character, and he was pinned in a worse way, and he was pinned off the side, so he could only look at Michael Pena's direction, so he couldn't actually see all the death and destruction above him. So it was like kind of worse than that, because at least Michael Pena could see what was happening. He could see if death was coming toward both of them. And it was really nice because they were saying, don't go to sleep, because if you go to sleep, you ain't waking up with that. Will Mayo had a kid coming, and there was an argument as to what they would name the kid, their daughter, Olivia or Allison. And Maggie Gyllenhaal and Maria Bello played both of their wives, respectively, to a T. And thing is that with those people, with those women, they could actresses, and they portrayed the lives of these characters to a T too, because they say if I had known that this had been the potential last day that I would see that him or them, I wouldn't be mean to them. I wouldn't yell to them. I wouldn't scold to them or anything like that. Which is true, We're so used to seeing our loved ones that we get complacent and we say, I don't want to see you again, do your homework, do whatever else, otherwise you're going to be grounded forever, all that stuff. You're a demon from hell, or whatever the case is. Or people say bad things, they don't really mean them. And they don't want that to be the last thing that they probably say to their loved ones. Because they don't know that day, that morning, will be potentially the last day. It's just like that, they say, oh, I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning, I'm gonna see you in the afternoon or whatever. You know, have a good day, dear, and all that stuff. But no one actually, I love you or whatever the case is. Not today. Today people can be, they could have been like the last day. And they actually do a good job of saying that the other people too, that, there are couples, there are kids that are like, it just like they don't want to see daddy or mommy, but whatever the case is. My best friend over there, my neighbor, my professor, my businessman, boyfriend or whatever, But, yeah, this is very traumatic for those people, I'm sure. And, they did do a good job with that. You should always value your other love, and you should always value, the personal people, and you should always, treat every day like it's gonna be your last day. By saying, I love you, I respect you, and all that stuff. There shouldn't be any infighting with other people, because you never know. This might be the last day that you're gonna be able to see them. And you don't want to live the rest of your life knowing that you said hurtful and angry things to that person, where you always have a lingering feeling that's how that person will remember you from now on, and when they die. They're gonna remember you as being an angry, bitter person. So anyway, after a long stint of these two being in this hellhole, if you will, I was saying, gotta fight, we gotta keep alive, we gotta keep strong for our loved ones. It's actually really touching that they do that. But what's even more touching is that Uncle Shannon, I forgot where he's from, Connecticut, maybe in this movie, but he's like, I have a sacred duty to help the people, because I was in the Marine Corps, and we never leave anyone behind. That sentiment was also the basis for New York City cops. As well as other police officers. And, that was another unifying moment. I will get through this. So, they end up, going through the motions and going to help him out. He's like my Uncle Darius at one point in real life. He was in New York City, but in Brooklyn, the borough of Brooklyn. So what he did was he wanted to go inside the place, into the Twin Tower area, and help out with his truck. But they wouldn't let him in because there were no civilians allowed in there, just emergency workers, police officers, and Marines, Army, and Navy, and whatever armed forces, because they didn't want any more civilian casualties. That was sad for him, but still. So he goes over there and he's like, does anybody need any help down there and Michael Pena was able to reach up and grab a rebar piece and tap it, make go, make noise and stop. And that was like to Michael Shannon and the other guy that was with him too. It was like, one tap was expected, noise to be and stuff like that. Pretty much acceptable. But then when you heard it again, you're like, we got live one here. And then you see them all rushing to help him out. Now, I thought that the movie was longer than that, but it turned out that when Michael Pena saw a vision of Jesus Christ over there, and he said, that the figure had a bottle of water for him because he was dying of thirst. It was caked all over with debris and dust, and same with Nicolas Cage. And when they got him out, he was breathing out rocks and debris. So that was really sweet. But then they show Michael. That was more toward the end of it, so I knew that was the last marker. So right as you assume that they're gonna read the last, that's when he comes by and he says, "Does anybody need help?" And Michael Pena does help him, does get, does alert the proper people. Now, Nicolas Cage, John McClellan, is about to fall asleep and fall by wayside. To which Michael Pena said, "If you die, I die. Get up." Where John McClellan has a vision of his own wife, Maria Bello, and she said, "Get your ass up." I wish I would have a girl that would say to me, "Get your ass up." And I mean, that works out good for me. So then they end up getting the guys up. And this is the one case in which the turtle lights don't work, and the hydraulic jaws that they use to open up cars and things. But that's because the concrete was so heavy that I'm sure that made the scissor opening slide around on top. So doesn't work out. So then you see the two guys, the rescue workers, tear apart the big concrete slab and make him and take a little bit of the weight off him. So then he said, "No, if we wait 2 hours to remove you and then go up to the other guy, John McClellan, he's gonna die. He's dehydrated, whatever. He's gonna die. He's sandwiched in there." And Michael Pena said, if you don't get them with me quicker and then go to him and rescue him, it's better because I'm better off. If I have to lose my leg and my foot, so be it. Chop it off. And the guy that's the rescue guy says, "I'm not leaving you I'm not leaving you for here. You're coming back with us in one piece." and sure enough, he does. So yeah, my company gets out, and we all have been careful all this stuff, and there was a little bit of confusion as to which officer got rescued. McCluggey or Pineo, and the wife even said, for all my husband has done for you guys, all the sacrifices he made and is prepared to make, you would think you'd be able to get that right. Yeah, you'll be able to get which one was right. Now, that being said, it wasn't the bureaucracy's fault. It was the mayhem that happened, that they were kind of hard to recognize and check and stuff like that. So yeah, in the recovery, in the surgery room, they did have a little fight with each other as to what name of the kid would be. Olivia Allison, and the wife said, out of respect for you, Mr. Come on, fall off. Cut my leg off. I'm gonna name Olivia. So, yeah. The kid's name was Olivia. And then they go after, McCluggey, which was like 20 feet separated from Michael Pena, from Mayo. So yeah, they were able to do that and get it fixed up, and they were able to rescue both of them, and that John McCluggey had to undergo, I think it was 27 surgeries to get fixed up, and they had to put him in a medical induced coma to do it. So yeah, it was pretty dramatic for everyone involved. And the kid was born with a wonderful father, and they both retired normally. And unfortunately, there were thousands of people that did not make it during the events, none of them, which I don't think it was an accident. I don't think it was an accident that they called it 9/11. I think it was very purposeful that they happened to take these terrorist actions on date that was supposed to represent emergency responses, not 911. They did a very good job with portraying the mayhem and the hopelessness of this type of event. And this movie was visceral, was accurate, and it was traumatizing to most people. And it was very, very heartwarming to see the two people at the end with their families and with their loved ones. And these two men are American heroes, and so were the other military workers that did not make it during the events that were first responders, and that that gave their lives for Americans. I couldn't do that. I mean, I'm brave, but I could never go into a burning building or face probable death like these men did. These men and women. So, I salute all of them. And you should too. Because it was a very good unifying event. I don't care what race, religion, or socioeconomic level we were. This event changed America, changed everything, unified America. It's loving and caring of a whole another level. As you can imagine, once 9/11 was a very peaceful day, and then when this happened, everything, all chaos and all mayhem broke loose. And these two men were in hell, married hell. On fire, brimstone, choking smoke. Yeah, well, pretty much we would describe as hell. And Jesus Christ helped them out in the end. I don't know if you guys believe in religion or whatever, but this is a good symbol of hope. This movie. And yet, what I did get emotional doing it. I'll get him now. Yeah, I think if you're watching my video on the World Trade Center movie, I give this my happy face to purple because all the actors were great. The scenario was great. The tragedy was portrayed in a realistic manner, in a dramatic fashion, and it was very heartwarming. And the little tragedy is always the beam of hope. If you guys like what you see here, and want to see more of my videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can leave me comments for future videos on my on my cell phone by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. And if you want to come get me on Twitter or X if you prefer at P Nelson Pro. And if you want, you can get me on my email address at JJ's Viewing Channel at gmail.com. So, I salute all you guys who are first responders of this terrible day. I like all the sacrifices that you made, some to the ultimate degree. Some to the I like the fact that you never put everyone in the country who developed hatred for our enemies, and who helped that came from all over the nation to help out, and clean up and rescue and stuff like that, and provide medical services. But there's one person in particular that they don't like, besides all the terrorists that were involved in this mess. Before he became a politician, before he made all the stupid derogatory statements that he made, Mr. Trump was caught on camera on film making a jackass remark, saying that before the Twin Towers went down, they were the tallest buildings in New York City. And his tower, Trump Tower, was the second tallest building in the city. But then, when he came down, his tower is not the tallest building. So, you see this? This is not the tall building, Mr. Trump. I'll be right in prison, fucker. Anyway, this movie came out in 2006, about 5 years after the event 9/11, so it was still pretty fresh in people's minds. It was still fresh in people's minds from the old days, and I'm sure young people too that were in kindergarten when it happened. So, yeah, this is a pretty ballsy move by Oliver Stone to make this movie when he did. And it was pretty ballsy for the people who acted in the movie, you know, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Maria Bello, Nicolas Cage, Michael Pena, etc., Michael Shannon, and whatever. So yeah, it was a pretty an interesting selection of actors and actresses that put this puzzle with a whole process of you know, waiting out, and then getting the news that your loved ones aren't gonna make it. That was very tough for many people because I forgot whether it was Maggie Gyllenhaal or Maria Bello that were waiting on, when the police chief or commissioner would come to the house and give them bad news. And he said, don't you dare come in and give me bad news. I don't want to hear it. To which the guy said, but we found him. He's in critical care right now. He won't make it through. Which is good for them, but it's sad for so many others that the longer they're waiting for the people to come out, the less likely they were to come out. In fact, my mother was saying that she is very respectful of the dead, but if it means to dig in there and disturb somebody and maybe dismember somebody in the process of being to live people, to go through that, to go through the dead bodies and possibly mutilate them in the process to rescue live people. And yeah, I hold the same opinion. But yeah, enough with this tragic event. And let's everyone again. Thank you for watching it with me again for 9/11. This horrible remembrance for this tragic event that happened in real life. And peace out, my brothers and sisters. And have a good 9/11, good September 11th, and best of September. I promise you, next review that I do, it will be something more happy, more uplifting than this tragedy. It was uplifting in the respect to the human spirit, and that human spirit was able to triumph over evil. That's a Pterosaur. It's pure unadulterated evil. But yeah, aloha. I'll see you in the next video, all you girls and guys in Interland. I'm glad that I got done with this movie because nothing but the sadness and tragedy, and I don't want to talk about it that much because I was close enough to ground zero to see it for real. What happened? See ya.